Alright, welcome everybody. Sorry for not starting this stream earlier. I did not anticipate getting a dungeon queue into, well, Valkreath Hold that quickly. Mostly because this place usually takes about, God, I have to say, 1 to 2 hours to actually get into.
I won't die like a coward, I won't.
For one, most people are not doing this dungeon right now because new hot thing released. What was it called? Scales Collar Peak and Fang's Lair, where the fuck it's called. Those two new places were just released, brand spanking new. And actually not that bad of a dungeon. Although I did the veteran version of, God, what was it? Scales Collar Peak or some shit. But the last boss, I had to say, absolute fucking clusterfuck of a fight. And it was just because it was just chaotic. It was just because the fight itself seemed to be having a weird, I'm guessing, bug? Because the mechanics were going off way too quickly in conjunction with each other. Like, to the point where I'm thinking, anybody with any sort of a latency issue, I mean, would kind of screwed by the thing. Also, I'm not sure why this guy decided to pull two groups of ad at the same time. Especially considering when he's not tanking half of the shit. Okay, my bear died. Great job, mage. I believe in you. Yeah, I'm out of stamina. I can no longer dodge roll, so please fucking do your job. The main thing with this dungeon is that if you're not a very good tank, or I shouldn't say not good tank, but like not a very observant one, where you don't really notice the one-shots or the telegraphs for a lot of the attacks, this dungeon can actually become fairly difficult for you. Hell, it's even hard for the DPS, so you have to be constantly moving. There you go, come on. Oh, and even I can do a block for that shit. At least it's not that one-shot mechanic again. I know a lot of the newer dungeons require fast reaction times, which is not usual in most people's repertoires when they start doing dungeons like this. And if not, they learn it real fucking quickly, strangely enough. Jesus Christ, I hate this thing. Mostly because it kind of screws over a person like me who uses a lot of pets within their build. For example, I use more cold than Maw and the Eternal Guardian, terrible Warden by the way. I use all three of them, and then they can all be targeted by certain abilities. It's very flippant on which ones can actually be targeted, but they can be targeted, and sometimes they are. Actually, I'm going to look around for chests real quickly. So, example, with that Minotaur that was casting a little bit of a barrier underneath everybody, they actually could sometimes target my bear, or even Maw. I've had them, I think the one-shot macros on Maw happen a couple of times, which actually is kind of good, because when the tank, you know, loses aggro, because, of course they do, it's actually quite nice when they can actually absorb half the damage for you. Oh, goodness.
I won't die like a coward, I won't.
My god, there's so much shit going on. 7 different people screaming that they don't want to die, or half of them trying to kill each other. I mean, I guess it makes sense. But at the same time, you don't see any of these people, and none of them are precariously perched in the walls. So it's just voices coming out of nowhere. Says, where have you gone? Oh, fuck Christ, I hate this one. So much shit. Alright. I'll live in the tank too. The healer just keeps getting targeted. I feel bad for him. Yeah, don't mind me. I'm curious if they actually prevent you from being stealth so you can't skip past ads. I'm curious how they deal with groups of nothing but Nightblades who probably do something similar. I hope I'm in veteran version of this, because I do not need to queue up for normal if that's the case. But whoever is here is doing a lot of nice AoE damage. Which is kind of nice, because we have been doing some very poor AoE numbers for the last boss. Which the last boss spamming the absolute shit out of ads. Especially during the burn phase. For the burn phase, they spam every single ability multiple times over and over and over. So not only do you have to be comfortable with it, you also have to be able to do passive AoE damage, which for somebody like me who does a heavy attack build, easy shit. But most people don't really have that. I mean, I guess maybe Templars do have it to some degree, since quite a few of their abilities are AoE. We honestly should be gathering next to the mage. There we go. That's what I like to see. There we go, very nice. Because my heavy attack does AoE damage, my Arctic Wind does AoE damage, my Wall of Elements does AoE damage. Oh my goodness. Now he simultaneously lost aggro on both of them. I see. I was wondering why I got hit so many times. Because I remember for certain that AoE was not targetable against me. Although quite a few of their abilities are... They're not AoEs, they're like cleaves, where they hit an arc in front of them. Which is why tanks should be making their targets, tanks, I guess, whatever the fuck it is, aiming the other direction, the opposite. Jesus Christ, we're dying in these fucking ads. We're gonna really be loving the skeleton boss after this. Even the skeleton boss is easy. It's these minotaurs that are annoying as shit. Oh my goodness. I don't want to have to be responsible for my own healing. Okay. We're fine. I mean, we're making it through it, but we're dying. We died like, what, 4 or 5 times to that one group of ads? And that's not even the worst one here. Oh, strangely with this one, you could actually tank these ones fairly easily. Like, you just put them in here. There you go, see? You just do that shit. My god, they're all spamming heavy attacks. But it looks like no one else knows about the tanking for this section of groups. Although to be fair, this is fairly special. Okay, look at that. I got hit by the flame breath there. And I only have 130 latency. That's what? I don't want to say point. Yeah, that's like 0.13 of a second delay. Come on, just get this bastard. If only I had the Templar ability, considering these guys can be stunned and the Templars can actually off-balance. That made them really good for DPSing for a long time. Because you can just spam that off-balancing ability. It was actually really obnoxious in PvP. Especially for anyone like a sorcerer who had hard cast abilities. Says, I realize you're not communicating to anybody here. Do you think anybody is in these towns right now? Because every single building here is locked. At least the thatched roofs are a little bit proper, although they're really thin. Thatched roofs are actually a lot thicker. Like to the point where it kind of looks cartoonish, but it makes sense considering it was just bundled up hay on a roof. So it would make sense that it wouldn't make it better. The crocodile looking. Ooh, shit. Maybe go for the mages first? Okay, let's just do this real quickly to reduce the strain on the healer. I'm curious, what helmet is she using? Yeah. It might be easier for that person to use combat prayer. It actually would be more useful because getting that minor berserker would make this dungeon a lot easier. Especially for the last boss. Ooh, whoops, sorry. So that's why you point away. Of course, it's not really a common thing to do in ESO, but like in any other game like Elder Scrolls Online, that's what I'm playing. No, but like World of Warcraft. Ooh, my goodness. that was pretty much standard tank play. You had to tank away, or at least facing the opposite direction, because the boss would throw the occasional, like, pseudo AoE, and if anybody was in the periphery, they would get one shot instantly. And this was in pretty much every single dungeon, to the point where it's just standard fare, and it becomes second nature. And to this game, it's there to some extent, because this game was initially inspired by World of Warcraft, heavily inspired, especially in the early concepts. He's doing well though, tanking. I don't want to bash on this guy too much. No one likes doing tanking because of how boring it is. I could do, I guess, some tanking? Maybe I can get on my ice staff and try it. Although that would probably require me to get some form of heavy gear. And on top of that, that would require me to buff out my entire heavy armor tree. Cornelius Africanus, of course, doesn't know about it. I mean, it's pretty standard tank and spank play, but it's not really a synergy, it's just like a ground AoE you absorb. Let's see, what else is besides that? I mean, the boss is pretty standard tank and spank mechanics. Avoid the ghosts, spread out when that red AoE comes along. And stay within the walls. Ooh, shit. Of course, that was me. I'll blame me for not paying attention, but at the same time, you could have done a check, and the healer died. He asked. And he went in before even explaining the fight. Because there is just a slight smidge of things to actually consider. Alright, now we're just gonna fucking run in. Who cares? What is being reasonable? Fucking, I'm just waiting here because it seems like, for those of you who don't know, Elder Scrolls Online has had quite a bit, I don't want to say videos, but there's been a lot of data mining regarding the Sigil Order, and for those of you who don't know, Elder Scrolls Online... Hey, give me a fucking second to actually summon my bear. Thank you, asshat. There we go, I'm fixing it. Technically, actually not hitting the mage gives me more DPS since my ability, or my lightning damage does more when not targeting him. It does like 8% more. I always underestimate how slow I get. It's not as bad as the spit or the spice from the, what you call it, Ruins of Mazatoon. From the, what is the boss's name? It's the Argonian Slaver, but I can't remember his name because it's just some generic Ubuntu shit. Oh yeah, and after this I was going to talk about Black Panther movie for a hot second. I was going to do it at the beginning, but that was before. Oh my god. He must have gotten the one shot. Yeah, hopefully there's none of that spooky ghost shit. There we go, there we go. So just avoid that. Stop running. What is with these tanks nowadays that are all about running? Like, when did that become a thing? I know maybe running will occasionally put you out of reach of one or two heavy attacks. But like, with my experience tanking, running doesn't really help out because the bosses tend to correct for that. Because when they miss, they just spam the living... That was his fault. I'm feeling it. Yeah, whatever. I can't really fault him because a lot of groups have an issue with this boss. Even though when I first did this, I'm not trying to brag here, but this boss is not that hard to do. I mean, there's not really any advanced mechanics here. The only advanced mechanics is the soul retrieval, but you see that with this spice boss in Ruins of Mazatoon. So it's not really a new mechanic, but I guess people don't really do that dungeon either. No one likes doing Ruins of Mazatoon. I think it's because it's too long. My buff rotation's all fucked up. Is my food gone too? I should probably keep that on. It gives me a shitload of DPS. Oh goodness, it's already been taken here. I did not realize that. As I say, usually they don't take the archer there. I know, I just wasn't paying attention. How did the fucking tank die? Alright, I know I'm used to an order, but... dodge roll. Okay, this is a weird order they got it in. Because now the heavy body, instead of being over there, is all the way over here. And now the mage... You see, that's why you do it like that. Because none of us are stamina characters. And we can't dodge roll all the way to the fucking point. And now I'm gonna watch this guy die to this shit.
Kernan determines when I die, not you.
Mm-hmm. Alright, I get to be a little bit of an asshole. That was you, asshole, not me. You're the one that messed up the first location of the fucking guy. Alright, are you gonna dodge roll there now? Come on, one more dodge roll. Oh no!
We are immortal fools.
And you know what? This mage doesn't teleport to that location until the second round. Oh my goodness. It's not life, and why is my lightning attack not hitting her?
Die like a coward. I won't.
And now the tank is completely unaware of this and fucks up. My god. Ooh, my goodness. This is seriously not a hard mechanic. Why do these people fuck it up? And this boss is just going to continuously get more and more powerful till it one-shots us. Oh my god, it's the same guy again. Over there, come on. Just keep going. Keep going. Fucking Christ. That took us 3 minutes. And now we're not even at the hard part yet. Actually, I guess really this is the hard part because this boss isn't really advanced in difficulty. Unless somehow people manage to fuck up with the ghost. The ghost mechanic's not really anything new. And it's also a lot easier to do when you don't overpower like a goddamn spastic. I know the boss knocks you, but that's so easy to deal with.
Die like a coward. I won't.
I mean, even as a medium armor, or a light armor wearer, I still find it easy to tank this guy. Because he only has one ability that does damage. And that is just a heavy attack. A standard heavy attack. Of course it's called something fancy to disguise it, but it is seriously just a heavy attack. Well, this one's kind of fancy considering it does have a huge wind up to it. I'll wind up so big that it's actually kind of disorienting.
They're too strong. We'll never stop them.
Oh! My god, the tank lost aggro. Healer, you better keep... No. Oh no, he wasn't the healer. Okay. And the fire thing got us. Well, actually, if you love how he looks at my dead body as I resurrect. Okay, this is probably one of the harder bosses. The next boss is not hard at all. Archer and warrior. I'm not sure if the mage does it because the mage is a nice mage. Doesn't really do a whole bunch.
Divines have mercy.
Alright. So now we have to look for a healer. I am most certainly not doing a fucking healing. As much as I would love to be a healer. I mean, I guess I could do it. I mean, I have the main healing abilities. And I have a nice passive damage reduction for the whole group. The only thing I'm really fiending for is that I do a lot of passive enhancement. This enhances armor. This enhances everyone's healing ability. This one just passively gives them health. I don't like doing big chunking healing.
Everywhere. Your spirits will wail at our feasts for generations to come.
Healer and tank. That won't take forever to replace. Oh boy. Well, the tank did suck. Not gonna hide it. He did suck. How does that look? Eh. I like the heavy armor version better. Has more cloth styles to it. I'm not a big fan of the... I mean... Yeah, the leather looks accurate, but for some reason they use leather on the heavy armor and the cloth version. Even though one of them uses cloth, one of them uses steel.
For generations to come.
For generations to come. Yes, Ugandan warrior. I believe in your struggle, your plight. Now that's why I wasn't showing up. Okay, okay. So I guess we just gotta wait here. Pass me leave, please. I'll do it. I'll queue up if you don't want to. Maybe I can get Defa in here? Defa in blue, maybe? I don't know if they want to do that right now. Yeah, it'd be a tad bit strenuous. I know a tad. You in blue.
There will never be rest for you.
About the second spawning. Okay. Well, at least this person knows how to do research for a dungeon. I know a lot of people who do this, they just want me to like waste 20 minutes to explain. All good, mate. But like they always want me to do an in-depth explanation of every boss mechanic when there's a bunch of minute details that can get you as well as the overarching. Well, shit. Alright then.
See them shiver. Is it fear or is it cold?
Mm-hmm. Keeping it simple. Really, you don't need to go that in depth with it. It's not really that difficult of a mechanic to keep track of. Mostly because it's just like stupid simple shit. I mean, what about this boss is complex? The heavy attack seems to always get people. And the other boss heavy attack seems to get people. The two heavy attacks in here seem to get people. Because they're both watch. Same here. And I just want some fucking pages, and I can never get a group to come in here and stay in here, to be honest. They always flip in and out so hasty, too. I don't particularly like it. Makes it difficult to really do anything. Problem is just unbearable. It is also too long, IMO. Feel free. But yeah, Ruins of Mausoleum is actually kind of, I don't want to say too difficult, but it's just too long. To a degree. Yeah. This boss isn't really heavy on mechanics. As it is, it's just really reactionary. You have to react to the constant changing of in and out. You have to constantly be aware of the ads, the placement. I mean, other than that, the coordination with the pillars is pretty easy. Just say go clockwise to the door. So you just go from pillar 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And just go around in a circular fashion. You're done. That's one mechanic dealt with easily. I just gotta make sure you always stack there when you're not on the flame atronach, so that's pretty easy too. The healer can just stay in behind a pillar. The tank just makes sure to get the stone atronach on the flame atronach, and that's easy. You just sit there and burn. I'll go say this is more difficult for me considering I use the bear ultimate as opposed to anything with proper AoE DPS. Because this boss, this one, use the bear ultimate as opposed to anything. Well, I'm just trying to say that the bear ultimate isn't really the best for maintaining DPS. At least with regards to AoE. Hello. If I had the Sleet Storm ultimate or the Destro Staff ultimate, those would be much better for AoE DPS. Although that's really only two other I guess maybe the Mage's Guild ultimate wouldn't be that bad. Mage's Guild would actually allow for proper DPS to some degree and get ultimate return as well. But it requires Titan mid-tanking, which most tanks are not capable of doing, especially considering quite a few of those ads charge. I don't know though, really the stone, ice, and lightning would all stack on person. Nope, there's no chest out right now. Haven't seen a single goddamn one. I've only seen about one heavy sack actually. I'm not sure why they're making the chests and sacks more scant in the newer dungeons. My guess is to elongate the time people are in this dungeon. Because the less, or rather, less chests and less heavy sacks are in here, the less rewarding it is. And the more times people need to come in here to properly get gear sets and shit like that. That's what I'm assuming they're doing. I wouldn't quote me. Let's take a look at the group here. Okay, well, the one critical person that needs to be high level is a Sork tank at only 233 CP. Oh my god. I have nothing against Sork tanks, but this guy is less than 300 CP in one of the hardest dungeons in the game. Yeah. We'll see how well it goes. If he actually manages to do something that'll blow my fucking intestines out. I mean, he might be good. He might be good for all we fucking know. It's just really all depends whether or not they can deal with heavy attacks and stay still. The tank's not even here. Kanye Shiel. Still in Stormhaven. You coming, Kanye? Or Kanye? 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 Is that a fucking name? I just want to call him Kanye because it's like literally just 2 letters switched and it would be exactly Kanye. Ah, my goodness. It's not that bad. As long as the DPS is good, we're okay.
I won't die like a coward. I won't.
When the fuck did I get this bullhorn ultimate or emote? Oh, okay. Be gone. And I can't even actually. Oh, I guess I can just do bullhorns. Alright, well, Kane doesn't seem to be here. So, bye-bye.
Watch your flanks. They're everywhere.
Which is good for us, I suppose, considering that a 233 CP tank probably doesn't know the mechanics of this dungeon. I mean, I'm not against teaching people, but it's just... people are really fucking dense. And they don't easily... I don't want to say give up their role, but they don't easily learn. Strangely, I was actually playing this game a lot on my laptop, and this game actually lags a hell of a lot in windowed mode, or not windowed mode, but in full screen. In full screen, this game dips in performance very severely. But strangely enough, if you go into windowed mode, it works fine. The issue is that in windowed mode, the mouse cursor drifts for some fucking reason. So it's either you have low or rather, it's not low performance in general, it's just like performance spikes downward. In which that you just get a huge, just shit FPS for no reason. And then it randomly shoots back up, and then it shoots back down. And it's just so turbulent for some fucking reason. Even though my laptop is, you know, has a GTX 1050 in there, which is better than my desktop. Of course, it has a much shittier CPU, but still, the fact that my desktop with a slightly shittier GPU has a more consistent and much higher frame rate than my laptop, even in the same application, doesn't make any sense. It actually has less of an ad load too, whereas less add-ons on my laptop. And for some reason, it debilitates it much more. I don't fucking get it. I'm guessing it just has to do with optimization with laptop hardware, which makes no sense because optimization for laptop hardware and console hardware is where you want to start first. Desktop performance is always going to be good. At least for most people, unless people are gaming on like fucking 2006 PCs. But once you get to that point, that's kind of your fault. You really shouldn't be expecting high performance like that. It's not that bad though. But let's talk about the new... This tank's better. Come on, Brackus. Let's talk about the new Black Panther movie. It was actually kind of good. Now, I want to say kind of good for a Marvel movie. It's probably one of their better ones. But to be honest, I like their Thor and Iron Man more than this one. Black Panther did offer a unique aesthetic to it, but the main interesting thing I want to talk about is not really the politics necessarily around it, because when it comes to Black Panther, there's been plenty of discussion with the inclusion of, you know, an all-black cast with a black director and blah 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 blah. Not really groundbreaking in any sense, but for some reason it's one of the more culturally relevant black-dominated films for some reason. But I don't really care about color per se, or in the sense that I'm more in the identity side of this. I hope it works.
Feel it.
We got DPS. The tank we had was just shit though. What I'm talking about is not necessarily the Black Identity or the cast about the movie per se, but actually the inner conflict within the movie itself. Because I'm just going to be a little bit of light spoiler here, but the antagonist was arguing that Wakanda should be somewhat of an interventionist or even a colonizer, which, interestingly enough, Wakanda is slightly isolationist in the fact that it doesn't like to intervene with other outside world politics, or really harbors the notion that we should, or they should, bring up the black race and elevate it everywhere. So while the antagonist was for this and was trying to make Wakanda, you know, send out weapons to black people all over the world so that they could create their own black utopia, the king, the protagonist, the person we're clearly supposed to side with, was wholeheartedly against this. And I'll go into a little bit more after this because I cannot think right now while I'm going to combat. I may be able to make clean observations here and there, but I will not be able to fucking conversate. Just remind me of where I left off. So that's where the archer goes, the melee goes in the middle, and the mage goes on the outside. There we go. Alright, good. It looks like this tank's actually very competent, which blows my mind for somebody with low CP to actually get the mechanics of this game. Although I guess it really doesn't matter. If you're a fast learner, this game actually comes fairly easily to you. Assuming you want to learn. I know when I first started out with this game, even though I'm a fast learner, I didn't really pick up the mechanics very well. Mostly because I was leveling for the most part, which didn't require any sort of learning to do remotely well in. Because the leveling in this game is a fucking joke. But once you started doing dungeons, and I started doing a lot of those, the game actually became quite a bit more difficult. But even then, quite a few of the mechanics of bosses in this game do repeat to some degree. Let's actually focus on these guys. Yes, excuse me. Oh my goodness. Who? Someone stacked on me. Someone stacked on me. I was wondering why I got killed there. I shouldn't have died. I have nearly 17,000 HP. Alright, so someone fucked up there. I think it was the other DPS, because I think the other DPS was spamming shields and then walked onto me. Now I got Winter's Embrace hit me twice. Alright, Hermes, as long as you actually run and don't fucking get me killed again. Ay. Also, a big thing with dungeons like this is that if the group becomes demotivated and doesn't want to properly do the mechanics anymore because they just don't want to be here, yeah, essentially becomes quite a bit harder. I fucking hate how that's instant. But it is also a small AoE. Yeah, for some reason he got it. No, you're going to the wrong fucking... Oh my god, I hate you so fucking much. The melee does not go there. Since the melee can move, I'd prefer it being in the middle, considering that is the easiest place for everybody. As long as we keep the melee over there, that's fine. That's assuming that we can keep him in that spot, because the next time, that ghost will not be so lucky. Alright. Alright, I am going to... I can't block this. Somehow I blocked it. Considering I had no stamina, I'm not sure how I did that. For some reason, my Winter's Embrace was cancelled by my... What's it called? Wall of Elements, that's what it is. So, drawing a blank to that. And somebody got hit by the ghost again. Ghost of Christmas Past. Jesus Christ! Who? Why is this tanking my FPS too? Alright, somebody kept getting hit by the ghost. If you stand still and keep an eye out for those ghosts, easy as pie. My god. I feel like it should be like a requirement. Before you can do any dungeon beyond ICP, you have to do veteran... What the fuck do you call it? Veteran... Maelstrom Arena. Because if you can do veteran Maelstrom Arena, all the other dungeons after this become a fucking piece of cake.
Put up some fight or be slaughtered like these Nord pigs.
So Braxis wasn't aware of the ghost. Okay, so we figured out why we wiped. Easy enough to know. Yeah, this would be easy as paid then. Might as well cast up my other two buffs, even though it's not appropriate for them to be casted now. Yep, he's doing it wrong again, but whatever. Because now we have to run across the fucking map to put the soldier away. Yep, that's why you don't do it. This guy's clearly conscious of what he's doing. But at the same time, he's not doing anything... He's not doing that one mechanic smartly. Which I don't get it. But whatever, it works. I'm curious as to why this guy has such a weirdly long travel... I don't want to say travel, but wind up to his shed. Like, even when he throws it down, there's still a delay. Look at it, it's so easy to avoid that. I'm gonna have to figure out what's actually difficult about it. There we go, just stack the boss there and you're good. It'll be easy as shit for me to deal with the ads then. Okay, no, you're not gonna do that then? There we go, okay, at least he's stacking on ultimates. Oh my goodness, I keep going into the wrong areas. Yep.
Keep holding! Don't give them anything!
Basic shit they got wrong. They didn't stay. They got hit the red. Please just get out of there. You're gonna trigger the oh my fucking god. Empty-headed. Come out here, pussies. Fucking Christ. How is this so difficult? I don't want to be an asshole and bash these people. But fuck. People. It's not stupid. They're not being stupid. They're just not observant at all. this is rudimentary, like elementary levels of observant.
Your spirits will wail
Like,
at
I've been absent for 6 months and I know how to do this shit way better than people.
You'll pay for this!
And they knew the fight. They knew it. They just didn't fucking care. This fight is not that hard, but the people we find.
Watch your flanks!
My God, I want to get Defa Tank in here because he's been in this game for a long ass time, but at least he thinks. Alright, so Black Panther, like I said about the antagonist and protagonist. So the antagonist, like I said, was all for being Wakanda being an interventionist and a colonizer to raise up the black people from the ashes because slavery and colonization was bad. The antagonist is like, I serve my people. Why the fuck would we go out there? But they didn't really develop the protagonist's counter-arguments to the antagonist's arguments that much. He just kind of stated his role as a king, his responsibility, his duties, which not a illegitimate position to take, but at the same time, there is positions you could take to say against it. I mean, you could just say, why shouldn't a government pay black people reparations for slavery, or why shouldn't they, the black collective, rise up to create an ethno-state? Well, you can say, well, what does that solve? What does colonizing white countries, quote-unquote white countries, do to elevate the black people? Because all you end up doing is you create authoritarians, and on top of that, you're probably going to kill a lot of people in the meantime. And with that, why is it our country's every individual's responsibility to pay for something that happened a shitload time ago prior? And then even that, at the very end, where the antagonist was ready to enact his plan, he went to 3 places: London, Hong Kong, and New York. Interesting thing to know about there, those are all first world countries. Hong Kong's not even really a part of China. It's like a weirdly western pocket inside of China. So you're attacking these western democracies where there is equal rights established for all individuals, while there may be a disproportionate distribution of maybe resources. How does enacting civil war there, or just colonization effort, do anything? And on top of that, they're in Wakanda, which is in Africa. They're surrounded by immense poverty and sickness. They could have a community outreach program, offer aid, or hell, even just start enacting civil war in the other African countries. Because while those are mostly black dominated, a lot of them are authoritarian and frankly oppressive, or half of them are not even existent because they're always in civil war. So even to the effect of trying to raise up the black people as a collective, the antagonist was not even doing it in a reasonable fashion. I know it's my 2 cents. The whole plot of it was weird, but in a sense, Black Panther was against that PC culture idea of black people are owed something because of colonization and slavery. That was very apparent that the protagonist was against that idea, and the antagonist's very extreme interpretation of it. Of course, it had to be cartoonishly extremist for them to be conflict, but still, then that core idea was there. And I feel like that's been overlooked by a lot of people, because I feel like with a lot of these people who I know are black collectivists or ethno-nationalists are praising this movie, even though there is a message within it that runs counter to it. I guess most people's praise about it is the inclusivity, which arbitrary limit, because isn't there an entirely black movie called, like, what, Blade? The Blade? That superhero movie? No, that was a popular one that everyone forgot about. Hard to pug, simple to do. Because the mechanics here are not really complex, per se. Pick up their souls. Take 2 yellow. Stay And walls. Avoid heavy attack.
They're monsters! All of them!
Stay in talls, stay in walls. Whoops.
I'll drag you all to Sabagard!
I've never done this vet. Well, if you do it in normal, the mechanics are exactly the same, because if you don't do the mechanics in normal mode, you really can't complete it, because normal mode is actually quite difficult to do. Because they didn't really tone down the mechanics there, and they're still hugely one-shot mechanics all about. And people are talking about doing CP caps on dungeon, which I do agree. The CP cap does need to be around. Well, 160 is decent. Getting up to the 300 range is more suitable.
Keep holding. Don't give them anything.
Funny thing that Hermes is saying that, considering he killed me with his AoE. Of course, I could have moved more, but at the same time, he was moving in my direction. Oh, he's going in. Alright, fuck it. Yep, he didn't avoid that AoE. Heavy attack. Fucking good job. I guess a lot of these bosses one-shot here. It's quite unfortunate. And look at that, the healer died.
You can't contain us.
Oh, this tank needs to go. He doesn't know the mechanics. He doesn't know what a fucking one-shot is.
Don't look back. They're coming.
This is fucking stupid. What? Oh my fucking
What's your flanks?
die roll. I can do this. I'm a mage. Oh! I know it's first fight, but still. I said the heavy attacks are to be avoided.
The end with you all.
Why to avoid them? Because they kill you. One shot. Even if you're a tank, you should have enough HP and resistance to block. So the heavy attacks, they one shot. Block or roll.
All is lost. Fall back.
Die, you milk drinkers!
All heavy attacks one shot here. All.
Please don't.
There's not one heavy attack that will not one-shot you here. Literally, just block. You have a fucking shield for this reason. What is so hard about this fucking mechanic?
Skyrim, but the Dreadhorn clan is
Ah. Thank God the third boss, someone can carry you through. But if you don't have a good tank, you could do this theoretically without any DPS or any tank.
I won't.
But this requires DPS to be on the fucking button about it.
Divines have mercy.
Sounds like you hate this because you're fucking bad at it.
pay for this. The ancestors.
Is that
crave
what
your
you're bringing
blood.
at? Oh, yes. It is. Alright. Gonna go there with your fist, mate? Do a punching jab there, like a mingling.
Look out!
They're coming.
Get some dang goddamn taekwondo and the internet do that shit didn't have. I've been in this dungeon way too many times. I've had, my god, the guy didn't taunt the fucking melee character. And he still hasn't. My fucking god. Oh my fucking god. And now I have to log out now. Hell, my heavy attacks won't even fucking work. Just kill me. Yeah. Especially considering now I have to actually log off because this right here is a bug. A strangely persistent bug in which if you are in some way interrupted when you're casting Resurrect and you don't let off the R key, it will actually stay bugged like this. So if your bear dies while you're resurrecting somebody, wow. Another bug I just noticed on stream is that when the bear dies while rezzing someone, the res will bug out and be permanently incomplete. Okay, I'll just say forever because I cannot spell permanently. This means I... circle over my reticle until I log out. That's just fucking great. Hey, I just got back. Hey, what's up, Wet Knight? Sorry, I just had to do a quick report. Raw Enchanter's material. I'm not sure why I was just given that. I got a fucking bug on my screen again. But I just posted on the forum saying, hey, you know the bear ultimate for Warden, the magical bear ultimate, is shit. Want to know why? It's really inconvenient and it bugs out like fucking crazy. In fact, apparently the instantaneous resurrection is actually a bug in itself and that it was actually meant to be an instantaneous resurrect, but never actually did it. So it's just a feature in this game. A feature, quote unquote. There you go, now it's better. I fucking hate doing Falkreath Hold, but it's either that or I pay like $200,000 to get the, I want to say Bullhorn motif, but to get the Dreadhorde motif. That, and I don't really want to buy it either because I'm trying to save up to get the Hall, that big ass notable home that costs $3.8 million, and Falkreath Hold is the only thing I want to do content wise. I guess I could try doing the Clockwork City shit. I haven't done that yet, but I mean that crap doesn't interest me very much. One second though, I gotta take off this because it's getting fucking hot in here. There we go. Wearing 3 layers in here with this PC going. Ah. There you go. Feeling good. Alright. Yeah, it's actually a lot better. But oh yeah, I was gonna talk about the Black Panther movie, because I recently saw it over the weekend while I was on my trip away. So when I was not streaming, I was getting indoctrinated into the cult of Black Panthers. No, but with regards to the Black Panther movie, overall it was actually, above average. I wouldn't say it was typically stellar, something that I would wish to see over and over again, because, it's good. I mean, didn't really do anything exemplary. The CGI was not really top-notch. The story was average at best. The motivations were... Well, I mean, they're interesting in the sense that they're kind of against PC culture, but at the same time, or rather not even really against PC culture, just general thinking. But that's like really the only thing unique about it. But even then, that was half-assed done. The only thing I would say they did exemplary was actually getting the style and feel down to Wakanda, which is good considering that's going to really be used for selling toys and shit. Strangely enough. But the actual interesting thing I want to talk about with regards to the Black Panther is kind of the political side of it, and that being the political side inside the story, not the actual politics surrounding the movie, because the politics around the movie are just typical intersectionality bullshit, which, if none of you know about it, I mean, you can look it up. The black cast and the black director. Holy shit, there's a lot of black people. That's basically the summary of all the controversy around this. The controversy, quote unquote, because it's really just gushing. But the one interesting thing I want to know about it is that while people are talking about the intersectionality of this movie, it actually kind of goes against typical thought processes that, while not related to specifically the topic of intersectionality, relates to a topic a lot of them often talk about or even agree upon, and that's like the, I wouldn't say black ethno-nationalist part of it, but with regards to the antagonist's motivation, the antagonist was highly motivated against a sense of black identity and responsibility for uplifting the entirety of black people. So that means black people around the world who are theoretically oppressed because of slavery and colonization. Although that could really be most pointed towards Africa. But even then, the antagonist ended up eventually going into Hong Kong, New York, and London, which are three highly advanced societies where people are guaranteed their rights and have equal opportunity. You could say maybe with disregard to distribution of resources. But even then, they actually didn't go to Africa. What's interesting about the antagonist is that while his may be considered like the white man's version or the black person's version of white man's burden, which is where we are responsible for uplifting the black people to a higher state of being due to the colonization and slavery, which for many years knocked them down a peg. The protagonist, the leader, the king of Wakanda, was actually against this wholeheartedly. He was mostly against it for the wrong reasons, in the sense that he was doing it because Wakanda is isolationist, I serve my people, and I am the king, and that we don't start a world war with other. I mean, yeah, those are proper arguments against it per se, but he wasn't just going against like, no, we shouldn't be trying to uplift every single black person, because one, that's impossible. Two, you'll cause a lot more bloodshed by doing it, and three, you're just doing the same shit, but in a different skin color. So you're not really effectively solving anything, and four, what's to say that shit won't happen again and repeat just with the race you're now colonizing? So instead of making those points, which you probably couldn't make because that would have been very global thinking, instead of being specific to the Wakanda isolationist, which is more of an overarching theme with it. But even then, with that regard, that goes against what is traditionally accepted within the overarching society, at least within America. Because within America, a lot of thought around slavery and of the current status of the African people as a general population is that they are owed something due to the civil rights era and due to the slavery issue that we had for many, many years. Even though slavery was ended over 200 years ago, and civil rights have been achieved for, what, close to 70 years now? Even in that regard, those hotly debated, and points that we have to be, that the overarching government, that the U.S. government is owing something to this population because of that. So say a typical thing would be like, hey, we should pay black people reparations for slavery. How much? We don't know. Just pay us a lot of money until something happens. Okay, okay, what is this going to achieve? I don't know. Are you going to use this money in a general program to fix poor communities? I don't know. We should just give them basically a basic income for an indeterminate and arbitrary amount of time. Because the entirety of our society is built off slavery and off the backbones of us. Even the White House is made by slaves, even though it was Irish people. Shit like that. Stuff that's so absurd. Or even the extreme end that the black ethno-nationalists should rise against white society or Western society in general and try to create its own African society, which you'll probably see that mostly in the extremes in America, but mostly with a lot of political parties within South Africa. A lot of them do with that black ethno-nationalist bullshit for some reason, because it's going to produce a lot of interesting causes. Sorry, I was taking a drink. But in a sense, that actually goes against what has been, I want to say, accepted in society in terms of what we are owed or what the black people's positions are. It goes against that in a sense where it's saying, hey, that's not our responsibility. We didn't do that. How does colonizing or doing some type of revenge act somehow fix a situation? Shit like that. That, which I thought was kind of interesting. And I'm surprised more people didn't cover that. I guess it was a very... I don't want to say it was subtle, because it was the sole motivation for the antagonist. It was the sole motivation. So I'm curious as to why that isn't more talked about. Because I feel like for people who are against, who are fighting a quote-unquote culture war, whatever the bullshit that's supposed to mean, whoever fighting for that, they could see that as actually a salient point to push against people who are praising this movie for being in their camp, because in a way it's in sort of like two camps. It's taking like the middle position. I don't know. I thought that was kind of interesting. Although I guess for people who don't know what I'm talking about, this probably flies over their head because they haven't seen the movie. But once you see the movie and once you see that antagonist's point of view, which for some people, for some reason people are saying, I could sympathize with you. How? How is his point in any way defensible? It's basically the white man's burden, just in Wakanda. So it's Wakanda's burden. It's sort of that. Google search what the white man's burden is and just play it, instead of putting in white, say Wakanda burden. Wakanda's man's burden. I guess it doesn't roll off the tongue very well, but that's basically what it is. It's basically what it is. And in the end, T'Challa, the protagonist, did defeat it. Hell, even at one point, a side character said to the antagonist, your heart is just filled with hate. You cannot be the true good person here. I'm trying to be personally vague here, so I don't want to spoil it. But, yeah, that's, like, right on the nail. That's very true. This isn't a good thing. It's just revenge, which probably wouldn't produce the best outcome that people are expecting. Kind of interesting point. I kind of want to make a video on that, really, to be honest. But at the same time, I don't want to, because I feel like anything like that, where it's very politically agitative, it could present a potential issue. But at the same time, no one's talking about it. So in a way, I could be the first to this punch. Although I feel like I might have to make a script for it, to be honest, if I was to really articulate my point home, because if that did blow up, I don't want to be in that weird position where I have to defend minor things I said. I guess I could just make it a short video too. Short and sweet. Fuck it, why not? Should I actually increase my backspace? Yeah, nah, we'll just decon shit. Although I will say, I actually did manage to defeat Falkreath Hold once, and that was on the trip, after like 2 or 3 hours of doing it. The main issue as to why it was so difficult to do was because I want to say the tank kept dying. Tanks seemed to be really having a hard time doing it, but it was the tank that was having an extremely hard time dealing with the one-shot mechanics and the constant in and out. So the last boss in Falkreath Hold, the boss does a one-shot, but there's also the fact it goes in and out, because the outside burns, and then the middle side burns, so he has to be constantly aware of that. And he was having a really hard time dealing with that, and he was just constantly dying to the red. That and the one-shot. The ads were never an issue. The ads were so... I mean, they were just literally just the same ads. The stone, fire, and... Stone, fire, air, ice, and electric shocks. Those are just all the same. I actually kind of want to go check the Imperial City. Ooh! My polar bear has his nice little cuffs on. That's right, he reached 20%. So he's actually somewhat fast now. God, I can't believe I've had this character for over 20 days already. It does not feel like I've been here for 20 days doing this shit. Especially considering I have not been doing well. Ooh, nice. So I can do Goblin or Horde, or... I got the Affinity Chalice at least. So that's kind of nice. I'm not really sure what the fuck I can do with that. Let's see if that works. Oh, that's right, it doesn't enable whispers on pop out anymore because fuck you, that's why. I guess I did. Okay, I did go in there. So I'm curious then. Oh yeah, look at that. I have 1 out of 5 fragments and 0 out of 6 gems. Ooh, what's this? 52. Oh, Halalu. That sucks. I don't think Halalu is actually that expensive. You can probably buy it for pretty cheap. You could always just sell that shit for cheap, though. I want to buy from the guild I'm in, since the guildmaster personally invited me. Holy shit, does chest really cost that much? No, it doesn't. That guy's just overpricing his shit like crazy. There's literally a listing right now for 45,000. So why would I pay 100,000? The guy's on crack. I know, I'm really all just for that pants. The pants on Dreadhorn is what I'm for. Because the pants are really sweet looking. The gear set in general is really bulky, which I'm not terribly keen on, but it kind of makes sense considering it uses a lot of fur and shit like that, which would make it really artificially bulky. And thick-skinned hide. So look at this, the market right across from that place is seriously so much cheaper. I mean, look at this crap. This was all posted today. My god. Gloves, axes, maces, daggers, belts. I can get all this shit with the money I have on me right now. And it's competitively priced. It is competitively priced. Ah. I know I just earned a shitload of money through selling all my motifs, but I don't want to spend it too because I want to get that fucking house. Please, just let me get a Falkreath group that isn't mentally impaired. I would be oh so fucking happy. I really can't show you what I have on it, but I think the only motif page I have for Dreadhorn is the bone. Ah. I could try doing market flipping, but that requires a lot of teleporting everywhere. I'd rather just buy in bulk and sell. I mean, I guess I could also sell to my guildmaster. If my guildmaster was on, I could sell him... Ooh, how much gold do I need to get that place? It's 3.8 million gold to purchase. I have about 3.2, I think. I have about 3.2. Hello there.
Stranger,
I
may
like
we
being like the
speak?
only one who isn't screaming. I'm not sure what Miss Biz is doing. I think she's probably streaming right now. She's the guild master for a Lone Wolf Help Guild, which is a low-level
If you're looking,
guild that centers around mostly helping others. So she is very popular. What was I gonna do here? Oh yes, deposit gold. Alright, so actually I have around nearly 300,000. So if I just deposit 110,000 gold, I have 3,293,000, nearly 3.3 million gold. I just need another $500,000. So what could I do to get to 500? I could sell 100 tempering alloys. That would give me 666,000 gold. And I would still have 126 left. I could sell 100 wax. That would give me 300,000. I could sell 100 rosin. That would give me about 290,000. And at that point, I wouldn't even need to sell the Kuda. Because at that point, I have made over nearly 2 million gold. Interesting. I should try that. That wouldn't be that bad of an idea. So what did I say? I could just sell him the tempering alloys alone and I would make all of my money back. I would make all the money I need and more. Is my guild master on? Would he like to buy 100? Where is his guild? Would he like to buy 100 fucking rosin? Ah, God, what's the ranks here? Giovanni Medici. Wanna buy 100 alloy? And he buys it at the whole market price too. No, I'm not gonna join you, Quest. I mean, this guy was drunk when he bought all my motif pages. Probably. How much? TTC puts each somehow about 6.4, yeah, 6.3k each for a total of 630,000. And that's being generous. I'm saving him close to 20 to 30,000 gold. Which is a lot of money. Of course, it's like not a big decent sale. I could shop off another 3,000 and just go for 600. But I mean, still 600,000 for shit I'll never use. Because trust me, I don't make a lot of heavy armor. So it doesn't really affect me. And tempering alloys, while they do have a less dropping rate, I still have used so little that I have all this. It's generous. Hey, I chopped off 5%. That's pretty damn good. Especially when you're buying wholesale like this. I'll take it. Come to me and it'll be yours. Alright, so Well, shit. I don't know what I was gonna... I can buy the house now. I can buy my mansion. I can literally buy my mansion now. Ooh. Need a huge queue. Okay, so he can't meet me. Okay. Alright, so he got a 5.5% discount? Oh wait, no, I just withdraw. You know what the thing is, too? I'm not even selling half of my stock. I'm not even selling half of my stock. I'm not even selling half of my stock. I'm in the Riften Bank if you want to meet. That's quite nice. I like. I don't need a lockpick. I'll take that. Okay, very shortly. Very nice. My god. The fact this guy is willing to buy in such huge fucking bulk blows my mind. Like, it's seriously absurd. But after this, I will have an extra $600,000. I will have 4.1 million gold. No, wait, no. 6K top up. I'll have 3.9 million gold. Or rather, 3.892. Which is exactly enough to purchase what I need. We also want 100 wax. I can sell that. That's less than a 5% decrease, but it's an even number and I like looking at it. And that's not even a third of what I have to offer. Okay, it's like really close to being a third, but still. So now I'm gonna get about 900,000 gold. It's a lot of money. Well, I might even be like, why am I even making like a greedy sound? I made all of this myself. I shouldn't be like cowering in the shadows. Because I made all this, bitch. Can't fake it. Oh goodness, what time is it? Let's take a look here. How much time do I actually have left for the day? You get the plane. Do I want to take a 20k hit? Really? He gets wax at 2.8? That's actually a huge cutoff. He's saving 400 per, which is over 10% savings. Really? He gets it for that cheap? You get wax that cheap? And I got it. Hey, Nani, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. I'm currently just messing around here. Where? Oh, where? Okay, I gotta invite this guy to group. On Fale. On Fale? Oh, hi, Anfalde. Alright. I heard Nani. Yes, Nani's here. I got me some vegan... Vegan? Nice to meet you. I'm not having my phone's charging port got shot, then I gotta get it replaced. Yeah, well, at least iPhones are fairly cheaply made, so it shouldn't be that hard to get replacement. It's all about the repair shop, though. Sounds fair. 290k for the lot. Yes. For 625, interesting. Interesting. I bargained down to... Thank you. Also want wax. I heard vegan? Where have I heard such abysmal things before? Might be sending a cash. Very nice. Very nice. And yes, you did hear that right. It was like, oh, I'm excited. We're getting a lot of money tonight there, people. So for 290,000. Should be 29k. Nice. Thank you again. $915,000 gold.
Greetings.
I like that. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. All done. Your new mats. Oh. Oh, he must have logged off. Ah, yes he did. Well, that's gonna suck. Because he was in a long ass queue too. Any questions? As to why you just gave me 900,000 gold? That's a lot of money exchanging hands. Hopefully I don't get caught for gold botting. That would make sense because I'm not really an efficient botter. Sounds good, mate. Take care. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. I'm liking that a lot. You know why I'm liking it a lot? Because that's going to be something I'm going to be liking real nice. Pretty soon it's going to be real expensive. With Senpai and I only. Oh, so you're going to do a lone column? Not lone columnist, but I mean, you could try to do a two-person tribe. That'd be really hard, but you could try to do a two-person colonist. It makes sweet genocides of the fellows people. That could work. With the bird and the bees mod, you can actually you can be kept producing offspring. By the end of the series, before I quit it, we had like 2 or 3 kids, and they were all bloodthirsty. They all wanted to kill people. And they were all wolves, so it makes sense. Ooh. Let me show you guys what I was planning on doing with all of this lovely money. Because with $3.8 million, I finally meet a threshold for a very particular purchasing item. One that isn't for the faint of heart. Also, let me take a look at my time for tomorrow. Tomorrow's Monday, right? I should not be waking up tomorrow at 8 p.m. That would be fucking terrible. Do we really need to wake up at 8 a.m.? Let me take a look here. So, yeah, I guess I have to wake up at 8 tomorrow. Nice. Okay, nice. I get to sleep in almost. Or stay up really late. Is this game worth? I just sort of want to be a thief and steal shit. You can do that, and I mean the game's pretty cheap. It only costs like what, $15 now. That's real cheap. It's bugging out. I can't figure out what mod's causing it. It's generally the mods that have the same thing and overlapping. But I mean, usually the larger mods like Tiberium tend to fuck over the game, or any mods out of date. That and some fishing mods really fuck with bugging out. Actually, for you, Nani, I believe there's actually a link right below. Yeah, ESO cheapest. If I could hover and like that. I believe that actually takes you to a really... Yeah. Here's a Steam key for Elder Scrolls Online, Tamriel Limited, for $12. You can literally use that. It's like right below in the description. You can literally just pull it out, click that link, and it'll take you right to the, I don't say right to a page where it's super, super cheap. $11. Hell, with all the money I've made in my YouTube career, I've made about $11, so I could officially pay for it. Yeet. Thanks, Senpai. Hey, welcome, Nani-chan. I actually, strangely enough, hearing about that... Wait, one second. There was... Interesting thing. Someone actually used my link from G2A to purchase a game. So I actually made money off of it. Alias, I made €1 in profit. Since one person bought a $30 game, although apparently I only made 8 cents from it. So since a person bought a $31 game, I made 8 cents. That's a really low return rate, but still, that's actually pretty damn sweet. And I'm waiting on it. Alright, you do that too. That works out perfectly fine. I was only suggesting that because it gives me money. But if you can do it through Steam, that should work. Although I'm not sure if Steam has it for cheap right now. Let me check. It depends. The game's usually cheap. It's like 20 bucks. It's always pretty high selling. Yeah, right now it's 20 bucks on Steam. Please enter and validate. Eat my ass. There's a validate. I'm 34 years old. That makes sense. Yeah, it's 20 bucks right now. Oh, wait, no. That's the Morrowind. Wait. By the Elder Scrolls Online, Morrowind. That's Morrowind. Where it's just the base game. Hmm. Interesting. Why is it like that? Interesting. Okay, what about in-game? Store, let me take a look at this. How much does the game cost through the website itself? Okay, so it looks like they combined the base game with Morrowind. Yeah, literally they just combined the base game with Morrowind. Okay, so that makes... Okay, that explains why that game was super cheap. Because that's the game without Morrowind, and then you have to buy Morrowind separately. Interesting. So that's the old version of the game. Well, it's still cheaper than what I purchased the game for. I purchased the game initially for $60, because I purchased the Imperial Collector's Edition online. I should have bought the physical edition, but I didn't. I do have the physical edition of Morrowind, though. It's right here in the box. I haven't opened it because I was pissed off about the game and how it was shitty. Requirements not rich. Horns of the Reach Delver Achievement. Let me take a look about that. Where the devil does that come through? DLC. Horns of the Reach Delver. Oh, I haven't done Bloodforge yet. Oh, okay. Well, it makes sense because Bloodforge is boring as hell, but fuck, I guess I'll have to do it. Because that's the only way I'm going to be purchasing this house. I ain't purchasing this house for 12,000 gold, or 12,000 crowns, because that's about $100. Okay, it's probably not 100. Actually, no, it's getting close to $100. Yeah, 12,000 crowns would be really close to $100. There's no way in hell I'm purchasing this place for $100. I only have like $7 in my PayPal account. Sorry. I always keep forgetting the 14% tax that was on it. But here we go. This is the beautiful fucking house I could purchase now, since I have that absurd amount of money. The absolute absurd amount. So all that back there, the hall I went through into that was just the entrance. This is my courtyard. This is the porch with subsequent 2 watchtowers. And then I have a main house. I have a main house. That it's not very impressive. You get one giant room with 2 balconies, which only one of them has access to for some reason. But you can add you can add like a little stairway in here to fix it. And then you should be able to access both porchways. But I mean, down here you can have like a huge barracks with kitchen and shit. Buy it for Nani. What, buy Elder Scrolls Online? Fuck no. Oh, you also get the catacombs shortcut through here, which is kind of nice. It's kind of silly that it requires a loading animation to get here, but it's really fucking huge. Oh, this is beautiful in here. And I can't wait to purchase it. Senpai, if I get this game, if you get this game, think about that. I'd recommend getting it through the website itself. Getting it through Steam is messy. Will you be my partner in crime? I already steal a bunch of shit. In fact, I have stolen items on me already. So I steal quite a bit. Talking about the house, fuck no. She can come visit it, but I ain't buying $3.8 million McMansion for her. If she wants, she can play around in my other house, the, whatchamacallit. What is it called? Mistville Manor. What, you want me to sneak around the city with you and steal shit? That's actually... I'm going to be a dedicated thief. Well, you can certainly earn a lot of money with that, especially if you go to the new Morrowind area and you start stealing a bunch of shit. You can actually get some Militant Order motifs, which are worth a hell of a lot of money. In Buoyant Armature from lockboxes, that's worth some real big cash. Of course, it requires extreme luck, but you can do it. Oh, and then there is a specific DLC called Thieves Guild. You can go to actually get that. Although I'd recommend also getting Dark Brotherhood, because then you can get that Blade of Woe and instantly shab someone to death. You can also just subscribe to the game. That'd work too. Ooh. I mean, yeah, I like to be a thief to get all that money. But yeah, this is the type of house I would like to get. Of course, this will take an absurdly long time. An absurdly long time to actually furnish. Since this house has, like, what, 1,200 furniture items here? I can do it, though. BRB, gonna donate blood for monies. Could do that. Could do that. Because this game does cost quite a bit of money to play. Although I'm playing this game, at least you're not like me. I spent, with all of my subscription money, at about $14 a month for, since April of 2014. So since March. Since March of 2014 onward, minus 6 months, plus $60, plus another $100. I spent close to about $600 or so on this game. So, not even remotely close to me. Do your guildmaster have this kind of mansion? Probably. When you're a guildmaster of a trading guild, you earn an absurdly huge amount of money. I mean, the guy just bought $900,000 worth of crafting mats from me. Right off the, with no questions asked, he bought $900,000 worth of crafting mats from me. $900,000 worth of mats from me alone, and previously he bought $600,000 worth of motifs from me. This guy is fucking loaded. Loaded. And now I could purchase this mansion because of it. I mean, his house is probably stupidly big. He probably has one of the McMansions. He probably has the island, to be honest. Let's go visit it. Wait, it's Trading Guild? Yeah, he has some kind of mansion. Yep. He is the Ebonheart Chateau, which is the mansion you can buy for the Ebonheart Pact. It's actually in Stone Falls, strangely enough. So it's actually not that bad. Although it's not as big as the newer mansion, and it's certainly not as big. God, he got all 4 chests. So now that's, what, 60, 120. He has 200 and extra 40. But yeah, look at this. He has definitely... Wow. Just to tell you, this garden, like it exists right now, does not exist. This is some impressive gardening work. A lot of this is the same stone and trees on repeat, but this shit is legitimately impressive. He has a nice-ass garden. I mean, this is impressive. Look at that, he put a sky shard in the ground like that. Yeah, let's put it in first-person mode, because third-person does not work in here. This is not bad at all. He has 3 skeletons here. Or sorry, 4. That's about another $2 million worth of shit. And not really. Each one of those skeletons are worth about 100,000. This one's worth about 400,000. So it's about 700,000 in just training shit. To be honest, this decoration, what he did for decoration, is actually pretty cheap. A lot of the stuff, the stone and trees you can buy for like a couple $100s, a couple thousand. I mean, overall, decoration would have taken forever, but it would have actually been pretty cheap. Is that a house? Yes, it is a house. He definitely did do a lot of transforming. He definitely took a lot more time into this than I would have. I wasn't very patient with my gardening. Oh, yep, here's this. This is worth a shitload of money, too. Yep. And he has a lot of these, what is it called? Attuned crafting stations. So what this means is that these crafting stations, these each are about $400,000. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 24 times 300,000. $7.2 million. Jesus fuck. And that's a lowball estimate. My permissions have changed for this house. Interesting. So I'm guessing the guy just restricted access to here. Oh, and he also has this. This is worth a lot of too. This thing costs like... God, I have to say 1.2 million. Because this thing you can actually put something in here and change the trait of it. 50 transmutation stones. Jesus Christ. But you can change this to any trait you want. 50 stones. That's a shitload. That means you have to do a dungeon about 50 times. So that was about $25 million we just walked through. This guy's loaded. Nice garden, though. Nice garden. A lot better than mine. I guess I should probably show you mine as a comparison. He definitely did go fucking all out. Oh, this is kind of nice. This is probably from a luxury vendor. I think it's like 50,000. All these decorations you could buy. This is not really worth that much. It's like worth 10,000, I think. And a lot of this shit's worth close to nothing. It's mostly just stones that you can buy for pretty cheap. Oh, here's a tower. Here's one of the towers. I think there's like 2 or 3. And it is completely empty in here. What about the overlook? Did it do anything with this? Nope. Okay. That makes sense that his overlook and tower would be empty, considering that who the fuck would go in here for 1? And 2, his garden probably takes, yep. His staples is empty too. So it looks like his garden is 99.9% of all of his building material. It's a lovely garden, gotta say though. You should probably block off the doorway. Spooky. Okay. Inside of his house is not really that furnished. I mean, there's no carpets anywhere except on the ceiling for some reason. This is an achievement item, I think. Costs quite a bit of money. Why the fuck's that there? I don't get that. Okay. This looks like he bought the multicultural pack from the Crown store. It's probably cost him about 1,000 crowns, which is about 10 bucks. Some people early on did that. Yeah, it looks like it. Oh, good. The dungeon's ready, too. It's not bad. He didn't really do much on the inside. And the inside's pretty damn huge. Well, let me tell you. And hey, you got a Nordic chandelier. These are actually really expensive. Mostly because the recipe for it's really sought after and really expensive. Cheap, but it looked nice. I mean, the reason why my house isn't as lavishly decorated is because I did something similar where I put a lot of cheap stones in there to transform one aspect of my house. Actually, 2 aspects of my house. I turned a barn into another bedroom, and I added a dragon head to my roof. Alright, so I haven't done this in ages, so I might be kind of rusty at this. I think another general fight, though, it's pretty easy. I mean, the only one with that is the first boss is a fucking bitch. Because she has so much damage. Blue black elk. Very nice. Actually, take a look here. Decent CP all around. The DPS is what matters, though. And we have nice DPS. So I think we're good. Although one guy's doing the quest, so clearly this is his first time. I don't know about the skipping mechanics here, so let's take a look at him. We could just die all the way to the first point. It's a good idea. Save yourself like 30 or so minutes by just running through all of it.
Come to pluck the juicy worms.
I like that. I like it. It
Yes,
looks really
yes, they
damn
have.
sweet in my
Yes, they
opinion.
have. Here's hungry. Yes,
Ah, here's the
they
first boss. Nice. So we can skip it. Sweet. You can skip the first boss, or not the first boss, but you can skip the first ads in Falkreath Hold 2. What is your staff? I don't know what the fuck that is, but look real nice. Patches of Houlihan. Oh, that's a fucking dodgeball reference. Very nice. Because the tank's having a hard time getting here. He better not taunt anybody, but he literally just has to run here. He could sneak if he wants to be that facetious. Hey, skeleton!
In a real herd of Nord pigs.
He's just gonna sit there and scream. Rah. Ah. That guy put a lot of fucking effort into that garden. I gotta say, I applaud him for that. I'm curious though if he actually has like a legitimate house somewhere that he can't use. Nope. The dumbass had to taunt them. What a beautiful tank. Alright, hopefully he knows these fights. I don't remember these fights because I haven't done this in a hot second, but I could probably remember them. They weren't really that complex. I know the last boss had some real fucking shady mechanics. It looks like this DPS only has single target. Single target DPS, that is. Which makes doing ads a chore, because he has to single target every single one. Every single one, if he wants to get anywhere. Because he's not using spin to win.
She'll know you're coming. She always knows.
Well, of course, she's already talked to us. She laid down the bear for us already, too. Yes, look at that. I had 21,000 DPS. Look at that. I'm not really sure what to do extravagantly. Oh, whoops. Fuck, I didn't mean to do that. But I'm not sure what I'm going to do extravagantly for the new house. The new house did produce quite a lot of shit. Oh, God. The guy did not anticipate a heavy attack. Like him. Ooh, he dodge rolled. Good job. And everyone else just keeps doing it. Thank God I can heal myself. So he just needs to be aware of those one-shots. Why is he blocking with a two-handed? I'll never know. Oh my God, DPS, please do some AoE damage for fuck's sake. I'm literally the only one here doing AoE damage. It's not that hard. Oh God, my bear died. Alright, good, at least it resummoned. Ooh, goodness, I should have died for about that. Thank God it died. That scared the crap out of me.
This way!
Actually, what does that look like? More Holden, please get out of the way. And those boots are actually quite nice too. Very ancient Nordic style, or rather known as the Nedic. I like Nedic style. It's not that bad, but not very creative. I know Wet Knight has this game, but it's on... skip. I don't want to fucking be here. As I say, we might as well skip it. And by skip, it just means run past all the ads.
Snatch the fat corpse from our hands. Yes, they have. Never they mind. They're at the Earth's hungry mouth, yes they are.
Sweet though, you should just run to here, you die. Save you 5 to 10 minutes. Really want to get this game. It's really cheap. You don't have to spend much. There we go. And see, look at that. Now you just saved yourself 20 minutes. Oh, well, strangely, Dark Lord Xanon was healing up while he was dead. What? Look at that. We saved ourselves some time. We could probably do that in some areas too. But I guarantee you at some point ZOS will fix that. Quote unquote fix it. Because they don't like it when people skip their bosses. Or rather, they're trash. This is not how it's meant to be played. You should be able to kill all of that trash. Why? I don't want to sit here and kill trash ads.
Stony talons, gouge them deep.
I mean, if you want to make it so that everyone kills the ads, make the ads interesting.
Hungry vines will knit your bows, baby. Fly away, fly away.
Oh goodness, I did not realize that. Is it a one-shot? Yeah, it is a one-shot. Interesting, because there wasn't any wind-up to that. It was just an instant one-shot. You don't do that healing when you're dead? No, I'm not Wolverine. I don't die when I have a bullet to my head. Or I don't heal when I... Nope, he did. Yeah, just wipe. Bear hit me for 83k. Panther one-shot me. Interesting. So, a one-shot from an ad that doesn't have a wind-up, how are they expecting people to counter that? Other than just a pure burn and stacking HP? Because it literally is just the most type of restrictive playstyle where you have to have a certain amount of HP. I rip your team, should have played with these so far. Yeah, Nani, you're gonna love the leveling system here. It'll take you about 7 months to get even remotely close to max level.
Lands might rumble, rubble, crash and tumble. Fly away, fly away. Mashed and more hungry roots hear me crow.
Oh goodness, fucking me.
Stony talons, gouge them deep.
That's a lot of DPS. Alright, we ain't gonna do that. Well, a lot of those people there basically push back as much as possible. They designed that boss to prevent it from being easily, I want to say counterable, but they do prevent it from being easily exploitable in that sense. Of course they did. Should I just hold block the whole time? You won't be able to hold block for very long, boy. The leveling system isn't that bad in this game, it just takes forever, but even then, they made it so fucking easy in this game. As long as you know to slot stats in one fashion, to, you know, somewhat organize, you're good. It's easy to shoot. Yeah, right, it'd probably be easier too if I had Sleet Storm, but fuck it, I'm using the bear. I love it. Alright, so let's see how well this works. It'd probably be easier if I did that too.
Ripe and plump.
Oh, look at that, me and my bear synergized very nicely.
Earth has fangs, yes it does. Reap smashed and mauled in rocky teeth. Fly away, fly
increase. For some reason,
Stony talons
fucking
gouge
bears
them
on me.
deep. Fly away. Earth has fangs. Yes, it does. Safe in our nest. Yes, we are.
Okay, do all of us have to get outside of the fucking thing?
Rumble, rubble, crash and tumble.
Whoo, goodness me, that is an ice beam. Yeah. Let's just do the boss right. Should work easier. I mean, we just don't have the DPS, because if you want to burn this boss easy peasy, you have to have like 50,000 DPS in each one. Use Horn with other shit. It's not really just get out of the bush. Get out of the bush. Tank and spank. That's really all I can tell. Tank and spank, avoid that. Fucking ultimate, you're good. Out of bush.
Pluck their eyes and watch them flail. Mashed and mauled in rocky teeth.
At least it's what it should be. I'm not entirely sure. I wouldn't call me an expert.
They do. Lands might rumble, rubble, crash and tumble.
I guess look at that. Why is it taking so long for me to get out of that stun? Ooh, goodness me. Please don't fucking put that ice beam on me. The nice thing with my build is that I can easily target 3 or more people and still maintain my DPS. I mean, we seem to do well on single target DPS, so I'm not sure why we don't do it more often. As I say, this boss is pretty much standard fare. It's tank and spank with the bush mechanic. Okay, so it's a fixed stun. Whew, goodness me. Oh fuck, my bear died. And it seems to continuously spawn more and more ads. So as long as that guy does more and more of that volley shit, we're good. Of course my fucking bear died yet again.
Stony talons gouge them deep.
And I do not do enough DPS for this single target crap.
Fly away. Bows they bend and bones they break. These branches of mine.
Oh my goodness me, stop it hitting me.
Mashed and mauled in rocky teeth.
Yeah, come on now. I got a little bit of healing here, but I don't got much.
Rubble, crash and tumble.
There we go, okay, we're good. Recover. Recover, my bear's dead again. Stop dying, man. I love you, but you can't. My love can only extend 100 ultimate at a time. You died again.
The worms.
Stop dying.
Yes, we will.
Kept on dying. Oh my fucking god. It's like, what, 4 or 5 times there? Jesus. God must have just been sending him back like, fuck you, man, get out of here. 1 sec. Alright, so 1 second. I gotta take a quick second.
Let Dreadhorn claim this land!
Alright, so they said they were skipping. How do you skip? I don't fucking know how you skip. Tell me. I assume you go this way? I have no idea how to do. I guarantee they're gonna patch this too. You cannot skip? What do you mean? Don't you love doing this shit? Oh fuck, I have no idea where to go. You just go straight on, right? Yeah. Oh, nice. How much of this can you skip? This will be actually on par then for Falk Retold. With Falk Retold, you can only there's actually only one group of ads you can skip. The rest of them are kind of forced upon you. Ooh, just keep on fucking running. Where's their chest? I don't see it. I don't see shit, mate. You didn't see me. I don't exist. Oh, that's great. I was gonna make sure to constantly cast that and I'm good. Ooh, I feel it on fire. Yeah, as long as you get past the lava pool, you're good. You're gooch. Yeah, fuck the chest. I ain't gonna use it. XD. XD. I deserve to die. Oh, I stood too long here. Oh no. Why are you guys gonna skip a master chest? You think you're gonna give me anything good? You ain't gonna go page. Time, man. Oh my fucking goodness, is he really gonna be bitching about this chest? Oh my god, is he still... He's still going on about it. Do we seriously have to get this fucking chest for him to come with us? If we can get the chest without having to do the actual mob, then yeah, I'm all down for it. But if we have to kill, just come on, man. Oh my god. The set pieces in here are not very interesting. So I'm not even sure why he's all going about this. Oh, Pumpkin, you can resurrect now. So where is this master chest you're oh so yearning for? Oh, that's right there. Hell, you probably don't even need it.
Patriarch, see your work rewarded?
Who the fuck did this? I didn't have to do any of that crap. You, sir. Where the fuck's our healer? He just ran away. He couldn't even wait 2 seconds. I'm loving this. And the mob's not even here, so we have to waste more time. It's literally just one chest. Alright, I mean the bosses drop every single item, so it's not like it really matters. Please give me a page. Nope. Blood drinker. It's not even good enough for me because I don't do any bleed attacks. I think... How many bleed attacks are even in the game? But that's like an exclusively dual-wield build. Because that would make blood crazy good. I was gonna say, this one's pretty easy, it's just a tank and spank. And kill Atros, and then once he gets to his burn stage, doesn't really do shit. He just summons all the Atros, which does a shitload of damage, which then becomes a heal check. Which I'm not a big fan of. Heal checks, DPS checks, I'm fine with. The DPS checks just often become heal checks in a sense. Because it just depends on which healer can sit there and spam healing springs for 20 fucking minutes. Oh, can someone bash him? Thank you. Yeah, I've done normal. I've done normal. It's the same shit.
The land's blood is my blood!
It literally is the exact same shit. You even have to follow the mechanics even in normal.
Kin, rise!
Rude, sir. Is it necessary to burn me? I'm feeling kind of attacked now, to be honest. You know, and now I'm gonna summon a fucking stone army after you. So good. A bear, a Daedra, and a magical sword.
And brother to the stone!
That has to be some next level king shit. Yeah, okay, quite a bit toasty here. Oh, is that mechanic? This is new. It's really fucking hard to avoid too. Oh, I'm actually kind of hungry right now for some reason. Daddy Stonefist provide me with the meat. And he did not move fast enough. Alright. Good fucking job.
Flesh and stone as one!
I'm gonna summon all this shit. Yeah, come on now, let's take hold second. Yeah, I'm feeling real fucking spicy right now. Why am I so on fire? Okay, so he kind of has like that maw mechanic where he stacks I don't want to say fire enchantment, but he stacks that one
Give the stone life!
ability right on the tank. Ooh. Interesting. So he canceled. Okay, why did he cancel that? I'm questioning that. Okay.
I beckon.
And then this is the burn part. We can't really kill them at this point, so it's just like that. Burn it.
They're free.
It's good
The
he has like
way
that
is
really
clear.
nice prime
We should
DPS.
run while we can.
Run? Well,
Fuck,
I
why
choose
is
to
Torbjorn
gloat
in
or
here?
walk for these curs?
Does anyone else hear
Never.
that?
Not blood was
It
spilled
sounds
for these weapons.
spittingly
But
like
it won't be
Torbjorn.
spilled by them. We fight.
They fight.
We fight. Alright, Torbjorn, calm the fuck down. Ooh, I'm on fucking fire now. Yeah, I'm just skipping this. I'm not worried about it. There's no chest, too. Oh, wait, there's a chest. What level chest is this?
Animals! You're all animals!
Animals! It's another master chest. Oh god, he's gonna love that. Why we don't stop it? There's a master chest right here. You didn't see shit.
For the hunt, father.
Just keep summoning. Just Just keep summoning, just keep summoning. You didn't see shit. Fuck. Please tell me he didn't see it. I think there's like one good tanking set here and it's called Iron Blood. That's it. I love how I keep hearing Torbjorn. I've heard him like 4 or 5 times now. I like the stones appeared. That nice. They didn't see me at all. You do not see me. I am but a figment of your imagination. I do not exist. Shit. I love how they're just suddenly becoming excellent firewalkers. Oh wait, no, these ads are gonna be on our fucking point. Wait! Does that mean they'll help us with the boss fight? That would be lit. Actually having our, like, their own little personal army helping us here. They'll all instantly die, but still. Just the thought alone. Even if they add 1 DPS, it'll be worth it. Just die, man. Where the fuck are you going? I feel like this tank is going to be eventually leaving us just because we're abusing him so much. It's kind of mean, but at the same time, he's getting a free carry through a hard dungeon. Right, can you really be mad about that?
Claim this land!
And then watch as the tank accidentally gets aggro. Alright, yep, they're coming. Okay, this boss dead. No, they're fucking here again. We have to die again. Like, here's your anti-skipping mechanic right here. They're coming back.
The horned ones will break your bones.
Am I gonna coming back? They're coming back. Oh my fucking god, I think they're done. I see, I see. We're good, I only lost like half my durability. We got 8 gold though, that's all we need. And I got this back. I didn't realize this is my first time doing the skipping mechanic. In normal we just killed the ads because they were so weak. Although not really, Minotaurs for some reason retained most of their strength during the normal phase. They still had their one-shot mechanics. Oh, while he's explaining, I'm getting my fucking mystery bag. Gimme, daddy. 100 panda points and 5 slaps. I'll take. I think this will work. Yeah, there's really two mechanics with this boss. For some reason, the stone astronauts carried over from the last guy, which I'm not sure why they repeated the same mechanic twice, but they did. But then he has like one slam AoE mechanic where you have to just jump on these stone pads and then jump off during one part, otherwise you'll get instantly killed. Yeah, pretty simple. Yet like a child's play. Wait, do I have food on? No, I do not. That'll actually be kind of useful because it gives me a shitload of DPS. Oh yeah, there's that thing. You gotta step on that. The tank's gotta step on that at least. Step on them. That's it, you just gotta step on them. And then the tank just absorbs all the damage. Yeah, otherwise it's a one-shot. It's not a one-shot for the DPS, but it's a one-shot, or... It's a one-shot for everyone other than the tank. That's it. Wait, actually, I know this guy. Patches O'Houlihan. I had to do him for Falkreath Holden. He was really bad. He was really bad. Because he's the exact same costume. And the exact same shield. This must be his main, actually. He's not doing bad for his main, I suppose. Although he has nearly 500 CP, so I'm kind of expecting him to do well. It's 500 CP. You've been playing this game for a very long time, you know what's going on. Oop, 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 oop. Wait, what? Wait, what? Okay. Is that surfer lag? What? How did we jump into an AoE once we avoided it? It literally went away, and then we jumped into it. In fact, the other DPS did the exact same thing. This guy's trash talking us. Hilarious. So now, when I did Falkreath Hold with this guy, he died so many times to the Bone Colossus because he couldn't understand what a heavy attack was. Even when it's super telegraphed, he would die constantly to it. He also wouldn't stop fucking moving. This guy kept on running. Because of this idea of the running tank build, it does not make sense. Whoever thought of the running tank build needs to die in a fire. Because that is the most inefficient way to tank. Because your DPS will be there for days. There's some of my there then. I'm gonna take what's taken. I died there because for some reason the server lagged and his AoE came and hit me. Right. Get it. He goes on and on and on. I must show you that I'm right. Even though we had to be taught the last 2-3 boss fights. You must know why I'm right. Hey. As long as we get the healer ready, we're good. Super easy fight. I'm curious as if it's a delayed reaction, like you have to wait for the wave to shoot up or something. I'm assuming that's what it is. If it's like one of those weird two-parter AoEs. Kind of like the Bone Colossus, where it requires immediate reaction, but then has a delayed set-off. It's a two-parter, like AoE spell. With the Bone Colossus, you have the AoE that falls down on every single person, but it's like super long telegraph to win. So long to the point where it's like disorienting. Stand upon it, my dearie. Ooh, good. And I actually managed to stack the beetle. Oh! Interesting. The mechanic was actually not there during the, Interesting. Because the mechanic was actually not there during the normal fight. It's strange, they actually took out mechanics for normal fight? Because they didn't really do that with the other ones. But they took out the mechanic where they had that little firewall around the thing. So you actually had to wait. Gotta wait for the fire to disappear. Is it worth getting the DLC? Well, if you don't know about it, I would recommend that you just get Elder Scrolls Online Plus, or ESO Plus. It's a subscription to it, but you get all access to all of the DLC for the duration of your subscription. So you stay subscribed and you get that little extra. So you can get all the DLC, the Dark Brotherhood, the Thieves Guild, Rothgard, actually Kragnon comes with the base game. And you also get the Imperial City. Yeah. You gotta get on a stone. I thought we already explained this mechanic to him. Okay, well, now he knows everything. They changed his outfit for some reason. Just die. I don't know why he decided to drag that out for another minute. Now we can save this man, even though all of you are dead and I have no way to heal myself. We fucking got this. Alright. So now we know the fight. But yeah, with regards to DLC, you can always just test it out, pay like $15 for a month of ESO Plus, explore the DLC, and then if you don't like it, and you can always just let it expire. And then you still get the base game. So it all works out in the end. Focus that fucking beetle. Oh, Malone's dead. We got hit. No, my brother. Stand on the geyser. Stand on the geyser. Stand on the geyser. Stand on the geyser. He is so lucky I was spamming that fucking shield. Stand on the geyser. Stand on the geyser. Stand on the geyser. You missed both of them. And he's gonna miss that one too. Oh, looks like you can dodge with the last tick of it and survive. Just please die. Why are you dragging this out? He's like unaware to the point where it hurts. It like physically fucking hurts. It's funny. But at the same time, I mean, he's like, he learns a mechanic and then he forgets it. Just instantaneously. Stand in the geyser? Okay, okay, next mechanic I learn? Okay. Wait, step in the platform. Okay, wait, what about the geysers? I know it's a first time experience, but you're what? Nearly 500 CP, you should know this shit. I'm not saying it's like a requirement, but it's not that hard. Alright, let's go. Let's see if he realizes this. I might have to go repair my gear. I think he's gonna want us to kick the tank. I mean, I totally get why he wants to kick him if he does that. Some retard is harassing him. Interesting. Some people are strangely persistent. The cruel didn't even end yet. Oh yeah, that's been going on for like, what, an hour now? It's probably bugged, to be honest. I wouldn't be surprised if this is gather bot. It's not the most clean to look proper shit. Very nice. Ooh, shit, get on. Very nice. Stand on the geyser. Oh. So, okay, the thing is that with that, you avoid the heavy attack, and then you get on the geyser. God, we're gonna lose this group because this tank sucks. Oh, fucking Christ. Well, you get out of dodge the heavy. Stand on the geyser. Oh, fucking Christ. This is the second time this guy has botched my runs. Can I, like, block somebody from preferred groups or something? And now he's a group leader. Oh my fucking god. They're all lying. They have the time to do this, they just don't want to do it with this guy. Right. They're not here, mate. He's just talking to nobody that exists. He's a He is so unaware. Unaware of all of his flaws and why this group abandoned, that he is instead deflecting onto the point of not being able to reform a group because we skipped ads. Beautiful. Just beautiful. And he didn't requeue. Gonna requeue? Or are we just gonna stand here while he bitches? Because I'd rather not. No, we're just gonna stand here. Okay, I'm gonna leave. Because by the time he actually manages to come back to us, I could already be in a new group. I just want to fucking do this dungeon for the achievements so I can get my house. I have seen diamonds, less dense. And he barely says anything. The fact he was bitching at us that we're improperly doing the fight when he can't deal with the steam geyser mechanic. Like the one mechanic he's responsible for. Lovely jubbly. I honestly need to become a tank because honestly, there are so many people who do not know how to do it. Nearly every single run I do a Folk Wraith hold and of Bloodforge, the tank does not know what a heavy attack is, or something rudimentary we should be able to do within a heartbeat. And we're stuck on the same shit over and over and over. Oh, that's mine. Fuck you. Although, strangely, I haven't gotten good loot from these in a hot second. Very nice. Thank you. Okay. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to actually do another run tonight because, honestly, I do have to go pretty soon. Yeah, let me take a look here. Tomorrow's Monday, right? Yeah, I gotta go soon. Fuck. I wanted to get that at least done tonight. But at least we managed to actually complete the... God, 1,000 gold in repair. At least we managed to sell all of our mats in exchange for a shitload of gold. So we can at least have the finances in order to purchase a house. What has this done? There's a chance to summon a line of flames moving forward in a second. Oh. That sucks. But at least we got the finances in order to purchase the house. And if you're not sure what house I'm talking about, I am talking about the... What is it called? Something High Hall. It's like Helkrans or something like that. Hakvids. High Hall. Hakvids, I guess it'd be called. Trying to purchase that thing. Cost 3.8 million gold. We just sold about $900,000 worth of mats that I've just been holding on to for a long time. So we have a little bit like 2,000, 3,000 excess in money, so we can purchase it now. And then we can start furnishing it. Maybe add a dragon's head somewhere. Oh yeah! That's right, I was going to show you my guys. My dudes. The house that we got. Since we were exploring that old Chateau Mana before we got into that fucking abysmal group. I mean, it wasn't that bad. The DPS and healer were exceptional. The tank? We already know how I feel about that. Let's not discuss it. It's like being abused. It's just too much. My heart can handle it. Only so many lashes. And here's my estate as it slowly loads in. Alright, I think that's everything. So let's go first person here. This is the Mistville Manor. It's like a large home, quote unquote. Allows for about 600 items, but most of it is in my garden. It's not as lavish as the other guy who actually like redecorated his entire patio. But my wish is basically just making it look as pretty as possible by adding a shitload of flowers. Even got a little marriage here with my skeleton. I have no fucking name for him. Getting married to him, but I have no idea what his name is. It's a Las Vegas wedding. A beautiful tree here that actually is slightly animated. The rose petals. I think it's from the Joker's Festival, whatever the fuck it's called. This over here was meant to be a NPC area, so you have like the fence here to sell shit. So I can at least sell stolen items for like no money. But I can sell shit here. I also was going to have the vendor in the guild trader here. But that cost about 10,000 crowns. Or 8,000. One of the two. It's like $80, $100. Yeah, I ain't purchasing that. Shit's expensive. Maybe when I have an excess of crowns, but I don't. I always end up spending them. Cruel has respawned again. What? Okay. And here's our miniature crafting area. We don't have any of the fancy, whatchamacallit, tunable crafting stations. We just have the generic ones. Which, I don't really care. Tunable ones are way too expensive. I mean, I'm not spending, what, close to... I'm trying to think of it. Close to like $1 million gold. Just trying to get a set of tunable stations. I know usually you use more Colden, but it's not even worth it. Especially considering I have an absurd amount of all characters. And all of them are already made, so there's really no need for me to produce any more gear. I already have as many as possible. Oh yeah, up here, as you can see all this weird stonework, this is because this house, this section, actually doesn't exist in this house naturally. This is just a big open barn, usually with the second level being just an open area. But I actually turned it into a second person, 2-person bedroom. Add some fancy lights in here. Little barbecue grill with Nordic pots and whatnot. Even a tad bit of a dining area. 2 beds, why not? The whole kit and caboodle looks a little bit nice in my opinion. But the actual main attraction, besides that horse, is the garden and fucking dragon head. I'm not sure if you can see it too well, but that is a dragon head. You probably can't see it too much since it's not angled downward. I think I have pictures of it on my Twitter account. It's ages ago though. Let me take a look here. This would have to be ages ago. That's last year. No, that's during Christmas. Blocks. Where, oh where is it? It's somewhere in here. Has to be a long ass time ago. Cult of the Stars. When that was still a thing. That was all the way to Thanksgiving. Wait. Ah, here we go. Ah, here we go. Found it. So where... Here, how can I share this? Let's open this up. So this is looking at the dragon head from about the second floor. This is with a bunch of supports in place. Currently this stuff over here, this used to be a bunch of scaffolding. I got rid of it since it was no longer necessary. I only had the scaffolding there so that I could actually build the head properly. But that was ages ago. I think I have more pictures of it. It's been a long ass time ago. Here we go. Here's a collection of 4 of it. See, here's above it looking down at the front entrance. Got the orcish brazier in their eye. This is actually in a previous iteration. I actually edited this one. But it's basically the same shape. Here's the dragon's head. Sun in the distance. Looks pretty badass in my opinion. Of course we didn't do the lower jaw. I didn't have enough space. This is before they actually increased the housing limit by twice. Fiery nostrils. I love it. It looks pretty badass. It took me ages to build too. And I actually did it for the, it was for the ESO home decoration. And yeah, here this is. Here's a night version of it. I added a bunch of glowing flowers to it from the luxury vendor. It actually cost quite a bit of money too. Well, that's the way you actually look at that, because that was a long time ago though, and now I can't actually get up there. So you kind of have to look at it from here. Hopefully it suffices. The inside, it's not that much more impressive. I did work on it somewhat. But since we have about, you know, a really fancy garden and a really fancy dragon head, there's no more space to put anything else. So yeah, we have like a little bit of a keg room here. Got a kitchen with an absurd amount of vegetables. I'm not sure why I put so many down. And one kitchen table. This huge open area for no reason. I have no idea why. And then we have our wall of trophies here. There's meant to be more trophies here because there's a shitload more busts you can have. But I actually can't put anything in there. You're lucky wet night because I was too lazy to actually put anything in here. We just got little Khajiit benches here and alcohol for the ladies. Why is this here? I don't know why. This should be thrown away. And miniature potted plants everywhere. Got a couple of paintings. The upstairs is much less impressive. Oh, and we also got the Nordic antir chandeliers, of course. Gotta get real pricey. A little bit of a study here. No books. Mostly because buying the books from Shalador is actually really expensive. Got a couple of Argonian heads. You know, I probably should have sold more furniture items in the younger days. And we got this one piece of bed here. I actually was trying to get the Nordic bed, but I can't find it for the life of me. And then out here... Do we still have that patio on here? Oh, no we don't. Oh yeah, we get rid of that too. And we have one little seating arrangement outside. You can see the roof of the mouth of the dragon head. That's pretty much it. Nothing too lavish here. I like Nordic themed houses. I actually kind of wanted to get the Autumn's Estate because it's basically the same thing, just really small. Yeah. But I'm not going to purchase that. It's going to be too much money. That, and I actually have a lot more houses. I actually have quite a few more houses. I just never bothered to actually, how would I say, furnish them, I guess. I mean, I purchased one house that was a temporary house that for some reason I felt the need to buy, even though I'll never furnish it. It cost like 3,000 crowns too. It's overly pricey. But I think we'll call it good. That was my little brief tour. Especially tomorrow, considering I'm going to buy a really absurdly expensive house. That'll cost me more money than I can ever dare to fucking hope make. We'll see. So I want to thank you all for joining me. If you've had fun, then make sure to follow me on Twitch, YouTube, or Mixer. Whatever platforms your favorite, although Twitch does have an RPG system and a loyalty system. So get aboard on all that. Other than that, a permanent archive of the stream will be on YouTube forever for all those who wish to enjoy it. And I think other than that, a social media links down below if you want to join that. Discord if you want to be a part of the community and get notified whenever I go live. And I think other than that, we'll call it good. So I want to thank you all for joining me. And you know what? I may stream tomorrow. It may be a little bit, actually it might be a little bit earlier, depending on how everything goes about, but I should be able to stream. We'll see. I want to thank you all for joining me. And other than that, good fucking night. I'm really tired, I don't know what to say.